Hello everyone, welcome to this week's club development video. I'm Rob Howlett, Regional Development Officer for the South West. This week we're going to be looking at control measures for boatyards and how different clubs are implementing them to keep everybody socially distanced and safe. We'll be going to East Dorset Sailing Club and starting off at Poole Yacht Club. These two clubs are quite different sizes, so we'll be able to look at a large club and a small club and see how there are differences in their implementation of control measures and how their members feel about returning to sailing. So we're now with Sarah AGNEW, who's the Youth Sailing Coordinator at Poole. Sarah, you've been operating now the youth sailing for 3 weeks, and I hear it's gone really well. What are some of the things that you've implemented that you think have worked really well to kind of aid social distancing within the boatyard?
Yeah, so what we've set out is some cones, so every child has got a rigging bay, and that means then that they know that they've got their space, and the only people allowed in that space are them and a parent, but preferably just them by themselves.
Okay, cool. And then when it comes to numbers, because normally on a Poole Yacht Club youth night you'd have a lot of kids down here, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
What would a normal evening be without COVID?
So a normal evening we have between 80 and 90 children, and obviously then all the parents and all the instructors. So we have started our training back with just some of the higher end groups, so the start race and the stage 3 single-handers. We've split those down into slightly smaller groups for launching, so we have a 4 or a 5 plus the instructor launching at any one time, and then they join together once they get on the water, and that just means that we're limiting the number of people on the slipway to 6 at any one time.
Yeah, brilliant. And you've got some good signage behind you as well, actually. So here we go, we've got some great signage about social distancing and limiting numbers, and that obviously works for recreational sailing as well as training. So tonight I think you're going to have kind of 15-20 on the water, is that right?
Yeah, that's about right. So we're launching the start race at 6 o'clock, and we asked the stage 3 group not to turn up before 5:45 for rigging, because then we can clear one group out of the yard and onto the slip before the next lot want to get rigging and then get out, and then we stagger them coming back in by half an hour to be able to do the same in reverse.
Oh, that's perfect. That's really good. So we're going to go and meet Ollie now, who's one of the sailors here at the club, and see how he's coping with his 2-metre space that he's been allocated in the boatyard. Thanks very much, Sarah.
No worries.
Hey, so right now we're here in the boatyard with Ollie Duval, who's busily rigging his topper, ready for his start race session at Poole Yacht Club on his youth evening. So Ollie, how's it been going since lockdown? I think you've been back for a couple of weeks now. How have you found the boatyard restrictions here at Poole? What have you been told you've got to do, and how does it feel?
It doesn't make that much of a difference, social distancing. It's just helpful that the coaches can help you if you really need it. But most of us can rig our boats by ourselves-ish now.
Yeah, cool. Okay, and I can see on the floor here you've got a couple of black bollards, and they kind of mark out your boat space. So that's your own private space, isn't it, for rigging?
Yeah.
How does that feel?
It's okay. We just can't go too far touching people, touching other boats.
Yes, you can't help anybody else too much, but can you still have a laugh with your mates?
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, and you've got a few people around you in the spaces next door, so that's all good. Lots of banter still to be had. And how does it feel to be back out on the water?
It's weird because we haven't been in it so much, but it's really good, really fun.
Ace. Nice. Well, you've got a perfect evening for it this evening, so I'm glad you're back out on the water, and good luck with your racing tonight. Here we are at East Dorset Sailing Club. All the members getting ready for some informal racing this evening. As you can see, really easy to socially distance in the boat park here, and the members all taking it upon themselves to follow government guidance. There's no signage up, but the committee members have done a lot of work to inform members of how they expect them to behave in the boatyard. There's sanitizer around on the gates and regular contact points, and everybody really is just able to crack on and get ready for some lovely sailing on this glorious evening. Okay, so we're here at East Dorset Sailing Club in Poole with Stephen Higgins, who is part of the committee here looking at membership, and they've got a fantastic huddle of group people going out on the water this evening, all socially distancing in the boat park. And Stephen, how has the socially distancing been managed at the club, and how have you been coping with it? Has it been okay?
Yeah, we have. We've had a lot of discussion about it, and we're still limiting the numbers really. So we think we've got 10 boats going out tonight. We'll be doing two courses. We've already, a lot of us got here early. Those of us that don't work, we've got our boats on the water early, so the people that work come down later. And then they got used to the yard. We're socially distancing in the yard at all times. The clubhouse, we're still limiting the use there, so we're lucky we've got a downstairs toilet which we're getting professionally cleaned 7 days a week. And we've got a hand sanitizer on little ropes on the entrance gates and the entrance doors to the clubs and the locker rooms at the back, so everyone's encouraged to do that. People are also encouraged to sort of clean the sink area and everything in the toilet when they've used it. So yeah, it's working really well at the moment. We're just anxious, we want to get on the water and do some more racing.
Yeah, and how have your members found it? Has it had a big impact on your members? Has it been negative or positive?
It's been fairly positive. We've certainly unexpectedly, completely unexpectedly, attracted loads of dinghy members. We've probably taken on 12 or 15 families in the past 4 months. As soon as the weather got nice and they were in lockdown, we were inundated for 3 or 4 weeks with people joining us. We've also got some cruiser members. We're currently looking at 4 cruiser members who want to join us, and we're just looking at where we can put them on the moorings. But certainly dinghy wise, and the surprising thing was we only had about 2 dinghy spaces when all this started, but they're happy to join us because we've got 6 of our own boats. But they're going to get a fair bit of use, I think, in the next sort of month before children go back to school. I think it's going to be very busy here.
Yeah, that's fantastic news. But walking around your yard, although it is, it's a hub of activity, there's loads of people looking forward to going on the water. Your communication with your members and the way that you've spoken to them has obviously really worked, because without lots of signage, everyone's staying really sensibly socially distanced, and the launching's good.
The secret's been the WhatsApp page that we've set up, that Tim, the sailing secretary, has got organised. So it's very informal, but if people start saying, oh, I'm going to come down tomorrow, and an approximate time and what they're going to sail, then some people, when they see there's half a dozen coming down, will say, oh, well, we won't come down till later in that case. So that's really good. And on the racing, we all have to actually say whether we're coming or not, so we can limit the numbers by that. So that's been a really good tool for us. It's a fantastic tool for us. And it's also encouraged a lot of banter between people, so that's good as well. A lot of communication going on WhatsApp. So.
Yeah, help to keep the social side going even when you can't socialise. That's great. Okay, well, thanks very much for your time today. I know you're keen to get out racing and have a good fun tonight, so thanks very much.
Thanks very much.
So I'm here with Tim, the Sailing Secretary from East Dorset Sailing Club. Thanks for joining us and sparing the time tonight, Tim. The club's been working hard getting people back on the water, and it's fantastic to see such a hub of activity here tonight. Kind of what communication have you done with your members to make sure that they socially distance in the boat park so well? Because it's really obvious walking around, they're all staying good distance apart while still having great social interaction and some really good sailing. What's been the key to that?
I think what we've got is we've got 3 areas of communication. I think, as you're saying rightly, communication has been the absolute necessity to be getting us all back on the water. One of the things that has been happening from the beginning is our Commodore Lindsay Court has been doing weekly updates. This has been really useful because, one, it establishes all the protocols to start with, and then it's been a very fluid situation. So as things have changed, all our members have had regular weekly updates on what's new, what's changed, what's relaxed, what's come in, etc. And I think it's also been useful from the club point of view, that it's also we've been able to remind all our members of what they should be doing, because it is very, very simple, and I've done it myself, is to get a little bit lax, and you relax a bit, and then you sort of realise, oh no, I should be doing this and I shouldn't be doing that. So that's one way we've been communicating, so that's very much from the top going down. I think another means of communication we've had is between the different clubs. Again, our Commodore's a member of Poole Yacht Club. We've got members here who are also members of Parkstone. And the Commodores and other committee members have been in touch with each other. And that's been really good, because it meant that we've been able to sort of steal ideas off each other and share ideas of what is good practice and what's worked for us. Really, in a nutshell, we're out, we're going sailing safely, we're doing fairly conservative sailing, and I think above all else we're being very, very considerate towards the other members of this club and the other people we're going out sailing with. So yeah, it's going great for us.
Brilliant. Yeah, and it's really obvious that all of that is working, because the club's looking fantastic tonight with loads of smiley people about to go racing. I don't want to hold you up any longer. I want to let you get out there and get racing, and enjoy your evening.
Cheers, Rob.
Well, thanks to both East Dorset Sailing Club and Poole Yacht Club for hosting us today. It's been really good to look at those control measures. If you need any further help with this, don't hesitate to contact your regional development officer. If you like this video, don't forget to share it and follow us on YouTube. Thanks very much. See you all next week.